Now I request Sri N. Balasubramaniam, our chief guest and the senior regional director of ICCR Bangalore, to address the program.
Daniel McKenna, President of the Federation of International Students Association, Bengaluru chapter as I call it, Dr. John, Dr. Patrick, Madam Lalita, and of course, my dear scholars of the international student community who have assembled here. I'm indeed glad to be a part of your celebration today, though I had some pressing commitments, domestic commitments, and had in fact called it off that I may not be able to come today. There are some factors which weighed rather heavily and forced a rethink. It included the enthusiastic support the regional office of the ICCR has always had from FISAB for all of activities, be it a call on the Honorable Governor of the state of Karnataka on 11th of November, which happens to be Maulana Abul Kalam Azad's birthday, which we in ICCR celebrate as the International Students' Day as a tribute to our founder president, or circulating our invitations for the winter camp or the Mackay conventions and whatever. I thought it is necessary for me to be here today, even if I can be here only for a short while. Indeed, it's a matter of great satisfaction for me, and I thank Daniel and his team for this opportunity. In the 3 months of my stay in Bengaluru, I have been somewhat bewildered, amazed and awestruck by the range and diversity of cultural activities in this garden city. Regional offices in India, and in my last assignment in Mexico as a counsel in the embassy there, I had set up the Gurudev Tagore Indian Cultural Center, the first in the entire Western Hemisphere. In keeping with its mandate, ICCR encourages and promotes cultural exchanges with other countries. It carries forward our cultural dialogue with other civilizations, cultures, and countries. ICCR can strive to promote cultural exchanges only when our own rich and diverse cultural heritage is well preserved, nurtured, encouraged, and promoted. It is for this reason that we in the regional office of ICCR partner with the state government and other stakeholders. We conduct every Friday cultural evening program in partnership with the state government through the Department of Kannada and Culture and the Department of Youth Empowerment and Sports, besides an NGO, Youth Writers and Artists Guild. Here we seek to promote young, upcoming, budding, talented artists by giving them a platform to perform on. Besides, we also organize performances by senior empaneled artists under our Horizon series every second Saturday. We also extend logistical support to other cultural events. We regularly post all these events on our Facebook page. I will repeat myself to many of you to give you the address as facebook.com/ICCR.Bengaluru. It is very easy to guess, just Google and you'll be there. I urge you all, as always, especially the international student community, to regularly visit our Facebook page, keep yourself abreast of what we are doing in the regional office. You're welcome to all our programs. You don't need any special invitations. Should you happen to be around any of the venues on a day when we have a program there, please feel free to attend whenever time permits and you're so inclined. Besides, we in the ICCR regard education as an essential and integral part of our glorious cultural heritage. ICCR regional office here administers scholarship schemes for the Government of India. We estimate 660 of over 5,000 students in the Karnataka region to be beneficiaries of our scholarship schemes. Administering these scholarships takes a major chunk of our time, so much so that it has become the mainstay of this regional office. Be that as it may, we are here to celebrate the International Students' Day of FISAB. I'm delighted to be a part of this. It's in keeping with my responsibilities in my regional office as the regional director here. Let me also convey our sincere thanks to Mount Carmel College, represented here to be by Madam Lalita and a wonderful team for their generous hospitality in providing us the facilities at the International Students' Day celebration. Thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
invite Dr. Patrick, the pioneer of FISAB, to share a few words with us.
A very good evening to you all who are gathered here today. Did I say good evening? Thank you so much. It's a happy moment, and I know it's not a day for speeches. That's why you didn't respond. You must be wondering, when am I seeing the dancers from Africa? You must be wondering, when am I seeing the Nepalese students on the stage? When am I seeing the Sri Lankans? You'll get time for that, and I'll definitely not take that time away from you. We always wait for it, and that's why FISAB exists in our midst. The guest before us today, the Director ICCR, Mr. Bala Subramaniam. I was just talking to him shortly. We've not met, but I was just talking to him shortly. He's been to Nairobi. That makes me so happy. We have our host here today, Ma'am Lalita from Mount Carmel. This is one of the institutions that when we came to India, it was very difficult for us to get in. We used to wonder, where are these beautiful girls going in? Nobody used to allow us to come here. Madam Lalita and ICCR, we really thank you, your team and the ICCR team, for opening this beautiful college to the foreign students. I can't believe that this is almost the third international students event being hosted here. And you people lucky to be in this college where beautiful girls go. It's not always easy for most of the foreign students to be in a position to share the stage with some of the people who have been their mentors. Dr. Casey John has been my mentor. He has been my principal. He has chided me whenever I've missed classes. He has chided me whenever my students have failed their exams. And he has always been there to share the good times when the students have done well. Dr. Casey John, it gives me great pleasure to be able to share with you this stage after both of us left Garden City College. And finally, you remember last year there was no International Students' Day, right? There was no International Students' Day last year. We didn't see the Sri Lankans dancing. We didn't see the Rwandese dancing. What was the reason behind this? Because a Kenyan had not taken over the charge of FISAB. Today I'm really happy that Mr. Daniel McKenna, a Kenyan by birth, Indian educated, has taken FISAB to host this edition of International Students' Day. Mr. David McKenna, I'm proud to be a Kenyan too. To all the officials of FISAB, I thank you for remembering to invite me to this program. That's just part of my introduction. Some of you say that he is a pioneer of FISAB. I never take such credit. We came together at a particular time as foreign students in Bangalore, and we met one gentleman called Dr. Lobo, who was then in charge of ICCR. Together, we were able to cobble up an association which was supposed to serve the international students. An association which was meant to bring them together, not to fight, but to understand each other better. One of the main reasons that challenged us to form FISAB was a simple thing. Some students will come here and find a number of students from their own countries. Some will be 500, some will be 600. Some will reach the airport and find nobody. I remember there was a time there was a student from Laos. Never in my life had ever heard of a country called Laos. Laos. Today, Laos is a very common name here in Bangalore. That was when Dr. Lobo said that we should come together and have a forum which can help the students get together. There was a student who came in from Kenya under ICCR scholarship, which was a fully paid scholarship, and the student was packing back to go home. The student was lonely, missing home, missing mother, missing father, missing who else, and he had packed his bag and he was going. That's when Dr. Lobo came down and talked to us and said, there are Kenyans here, please talk to him. And I can tell you today that student is a very, very big agriculturalist back in Kenya. These were some of the reasons that brought the students together. But there was also another side that brought us together. We came to India and find a very hostile society. We used to be called names if you're an African, yet Bangalore was supposed to be a very cosmopolitan city. We used to have such little problems. Some of us will come and complain of the city and all that. People are not friendly, they are not this and they're not. But behind that, there were a lot of Indians who are very, very friendly, who are dying to help the foreign students, and they didn't have any way to reach to the foreign students. If they stop the foreign student on the way, you Indian, go away. That's when Dr. Lobo brought together FISAB and also formed the hospitality organization for overseas students. Some of the people have remained. Ravi Shankar, we call him Ravi Mama. He was one of the few businessmen who came up and supported all our activities. Whenever we needed a sponsor, the first person we'll write to would be Ravi Mama. His idea was that since the foreign students are here, let them give them a forum where we can just get back and have a good time. We had a lot of events. We seriously had a lot of events organized by Indian families, and that is how FISAB has established itself over the years to be able to serve the international students. It's like a homecoming for me. And I feel so nostalgic. I feel so happy. As parents always say that it's always a beautiful feeling to see your child grow. I'm really, really happy to see a child that we all contributed to bring to this world, growing and embracing many, many, many nationalities. People of different colors, different ideas, but at the end of the day, as we say, one world and one host. We come from different parts of the world and we have one host, which is India. The irony is that though there are so many things for us to do, most of us don't do. And I will encourage you foreign students to get up and start being active in the different activities that might make your life very, very interesting in India. Let's stop complaining and use the opportunity. I remember once saying that I was told that God will never add you the time that you have spent in India complaining. It's part of your life, it's gone, it's gone. So I would suggest that you use this opportunity to make the best while here in India. I wish you all, those who are preparing for your exams, I know we'll not be meeting very, very soon, for those who are preparing your exams, and I have a message for FISAB. The message is a small one. We formed FISAB to be an association that serves the international students. FISAB should be known across the city. And as you rightly say, we now have FISA-M in Mysore. We formed an association that will bring us together. And therefore, I suggest that FISAB stops organizing activities only for the office bearers, but to think about the international students who are in Bangalore. When you organize an event, please invite everybody. Let it not just be an office bearers. This is a trend that I've been noticing in the couple of years gone. The students are looking forward to you to have these activities for them. And the last point is the graduation. This is a beautiful event which we formed because all the foreign students who live in India, first of all, our degrees are doubted. When we go back home, they say, you went to India. That place where they buy degrees? One of the reasons why we formed the association was for the students to have a graduation day where all our students can have the gown and proudly go back and say, yes, I slogged in class for all these years and I got this certificate. Now for the graduation day, we have started eliminating other nationalities and restricting them because of the number. I will suggest that FISAB should think at accommodating all students, even if it means organizing that event twice. If there is no venue that can accommodate 1,000 students, please make it 1, 2, 3 days, so that all the students, you can categorize it, so that all students have the opportunity to be part of this beautiful celebration and take something to cherish at home. There is an example of Garden City College which organizes its graduation days twice, thrice, on 3 different occasions. Please take these examples and let all students be part of this event. Enjoy your evening, and you're always welcome to be part of India.
Thank you very much, Dr. Patrick. You have given us good advices. I hope that we can accommodate more students this time in the graduation, and we are looking forward to work with every one of you of this regime. It won't be like last year's if something happened. So thank you for your kind words and your advices.
It's a small announcement. All the participants are requested to please meet backstage. Thank you.
And now I request Mrs. Lalita, the coordinator of ICCR students in Mount Carmel's College, to address the gathering.
Good evening to one and all. Distinguished dignitaries and the dais, and the foreign students who have assembled here. Indeed, you all are very lucky students to have got scholarship under ICCR to come and study in India, because India is a land of diversified activities, variety and culture. Indian culture is something which is never ending, and everybody has something to take back. And all the more, FISAB is lucky to have the unit in Bangalore, because like your term, one word, one host, Karnataka also has got the tagline, one state, many world. We have diversified cultures here, and we expect you all to have a very memorable time in India. With regard to Dr. John Patrick talking about graduation day, now with autonomous colleges, every college also conducts graduation day for their students, and they can have their proof back home. And I wish the FISAB be a grand success for today evening, and it is indeed a pleasure on part of Mount Carmel College to play this role of support for you all. Thank you very much.
We now request Mr. Daniel, our current president of FISAB, to express how he feels today.
I'm a bit tall, so I'll have to make it straight. The regional ICCR director, Dr. John O. Patrick, the principal, Sambram College, Ms. Lalita Mam, the coordinator of international students in Mount Carmel College, the ICCR staff, our sponsors, and FISAB, and the entire students. Good evening to you. Thank you so much. The challenge from Dr. Patrick, Kenyans like challenges, and I take it, and we are going to work our best to ensure that we hold a graduation for all foreign students who are graduating this year. And we will also, one of our initiatives of trying to reach out to all foreign students in Bangalore, we formed a website where you are required to register as a foreign student so that we can have all the details of foreign students in Bangalore to serve them better and also update them in any event that we carry out. So that one, we are going to work in it, Dr. Patrick. Thank you so much. I'm pleased to welcome you to the FISAB International Student Day 2015. I'm thrilled by the way you have turned out in large numbers to be part of this historical event where we celebrate our cultural diversity. Now that the media is around, I think if they're not yet around, they're going to come. And I'm quite sure the headline in the media today will be "The world was in Mount Carmel College." I'm pretty sure. So thank you so much for coming. The Federation of International Students Association, FISAB, was formed back in the 90s, as Dr. Patrick has said. And the founder wouldn't make it to come today. He's called Dr. Lobo, but he apologized because of unavoidable circumstances. So I'm glad again that one of the pioneers who was part of the FISAB formation is part of us today. And it happens that he comes from the same country where I come from, that's Kenya, so that makes me more happy. And in fact, you can imagine he's just, we share friends, and sometimes back, when they cut onions in their house, I cry because of the effect of the onions from their kitchen. So you can imagine how close we are, how close neighbors we are. We thank also the regional director of ICCR for hosting this, for gracing this occasion. I know him, I could describe him without fear of contradiction as a walking map, given the number of countries he has served under the Ministry of External Affairs of India, including Tanzania and Kenya, where I come from. So, sorry, I won't mention Kenya again. It sounds so much to mention it. It's the same land Obama comes from. You're all aware, the list is endless. Someone once said, the greatest nationality is mankind. FISAB unites all foreign students in Bangalore in spite of their different cultural background, religion and race. We all speak the same language, and that is unity and love. I encourage all of you to continue with the same spirit